Hello. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We bring you a brief message from the members of the Holy Cross football team. The great MLK once said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." May we always remember how strong we are when we stand together. But I challenge us to stand in love, not hate. Think about how you can make a difference today.
I'm not a thug, not a criminal, not a victim, not a hashtag, not a menace to society. I'm intelligent. I'm powerful. I'm a leader. I'm loving. I'm protective. I'm a black man. And Black Lives Matter. But they won't until you realize these things.
It's extremely important for people to speak up and say something, whether you're directly affected, indirectly affected, or just recognize it's wrong. Sitting back and being silent isn't going to help anybody. If anything, it's going to perpetuate a broken system to turn over and over again, and for things like this to continue to happen. These are not new occurrences. These are not new issues. These are issues that have continuously happened in this country for a long time.
I stand with George Floyd and other victims of racial injustice, and I will try and do my part to create change.
In the midst of everything crazy that's happening in the world right now, now more than ever, we need to come together, no matter who you are, to help create a new standard for our future, one in which things like this will never even happen again.
My heart goes out to George Floyd and his family and friends. This was a really terrible thing that happened, and I can't help but think about what it would be like if that was my dad or my brother or my teammate or coach under the knee of that police officer.
I want to live in a world where people aren't judged just by the color of their skin, but as MLK said, by the content of their character. That world is possible, and we can get there together.
There will be no change until the unaffected are just as disturbed as the affected.
The bystander at a time like this and taking no action is like being the oppressor. We must come together as one in order to create a change for the better.
Stace, I would just like to say that now is the perfect time to use your voice and take a stand against racism and injustice. Everyone has a voice and a platform that can be used powerfully to bring about awareness of injustice, as well as to support the eventual systemic change that we need to stop these senseless murders of African American men. This moment can be the turning point in United States history, and it starts with us. We cannot stand by while this continues.
Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. In order to enact change, we need everyone's voice, not just those directly affected.
We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them.
People's differences should be celebrated, not ridiculed, and they should bring us closer, not farther apart.
Never underestimate the power of the oppressed. People united have the power to end the unjust system that is embedded in this nation.
Ending systemic violence and injustice is long overdue. My heart is with everyone across the country fighting for their right to equality and justice.
You are what you do, not what you say you'll do.
The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. Where will you stand?
How would you feel if it did directly affect you? If it was in your community, if it was something that was happening to people that you knew? How long would you sit back and say nothing? Because when you sit back and say nothing, you allow for things like this to continue to happen and for no change to be done. For those that are protesting, for those that are rioting, for those that are frustrated and angry, also use your voice to go out and vote and actually make change in your community and the system of government. That's how you make positive change. That's how you make things happen.
Speak up and take action to create change, because those who are the most vulnerable deserve the most help. We're all in this together.
I've decided to stick with love because hate is too big of a burden to bear. Martin Luther King.
He who stands for nothing falls for everything. Malcolm X.
I'm grateful for the men on this team who have become like my brothers, even though we don't look alike and we're from different parts of the country. And I do love this country, and I was born in the city where the Declaration of Independence was signed, a document that says that all men are created equal. And that's exactly what God did when he created the world. He made one race, and that's the human race. But we live in this broken creation, this fallen world, where we think it's okay to judge someone before we get to know them. And it's time for all of us to wake up and hold each other accountable, speak out against these microaggressions whenever we see them. God has just blessed us all with individual gifts and the ability to love, and we need to use those to love our neighbor as ourselves.